Guys, in today's video, we are talking about Conditional Finality, the brand new Root of Nightmares raid exotic. It's a very cool weapon, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down some ways that you can get a little boost out of it by using either your Solar or Stasis subclasses. Preface, you don't need to use Solar or Stasis to use this weapon. It is a very strong weapon on its own and can work with any of the subclasses that you have available, but you will get small benefits for pairing it with your Solar or Stasis subclasses. Before we get into it though, if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing to the channel, as it's free to do, and a lot of you guys who watch my content aren't actually subscribed. So if you could do that, that would mean a lot to me. But let's just get into today's video. So what does Conditional Finality do? It is a brand new Stasis and Solar exotic shotgun in the primary slot. It says here, split decision, dual barrels split into Stasis and Solar damage, as well as paracausal pellets. Landing nearly all Stasis pellets will freeze targets, and landing nearly all Solar pellets will ignite targets. This is the key factor for wanting to use a Solar or Stasis subclass with this weapon, as you gain benefits for dealing with targets that are either frozen or that have ignited. So first up, it has a unique interaction with the pellets that it shoots off. Obviously it has two shots in the magazine, the first one being Stasis and the second one being Solar. The pellet spread for each shot is different. So with the Stasis shot, it shoots in a triangle or pyramid-like pattern. And with the second shot, it shoots in a circle-like pattern, obviously to represent the pyramids and the Traveler, which is quite a neat little feature there. But now let's just show you what it can actually do. Obviously, does some cool damaging stuff, quite good for ad clear. But the main feature here is with the damage that it can do to bosses and stuff. So, where did he? Okay. So as you can see, really fun weapon. You shoot, first shot freezes, second shot will ignite and kills the dude really quickly. Can also be quite useful for ad clear if you can get the shots to proc. You do need to be quite close for all the pellets to hit, but when they do, it can be quite effective. Now let's go over to our subclasses and recommend what fragments you could primarily be using with the shotgun to gain a little bit of a boost. Going into the Solar subclass tree now, the main fragment to be using would be Ember of Char, where your Solar ignitions spread Scorch to affected targets. With the second shot, always igniting targets if you hit them correctly. This will be a really strong fragment to pair with it. Other fragments you could use could be Ember of Blistering, where defeating targets with Solar ignitions grants grenade energy. You could also use Ember of Tempering. Potentially, Solar weapon final blows grant you and your allies increased recovery for a short duration. Backs up to 3 times. I believe that this could work, because it does become a Solar weapon on the second shot. Not too sure though, but a good one to try out if you have the weapon. And that seems to be all of the Solar based ones you could use. So once again, that would be Ember of Char, Ember of Blistering, and Ember of Tempering. Going on to Stasis fragments now, the main one will be Whisper of Fissures, where it increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. Obviously the first shot, if you hit all pellets, will freeze targets. There probably are some other fragments here that you could use. Beating slowed or frozen targets grants you class ability energy, be a good one. Beating frozen targets grants you super energy. You're going to be freezing a lot of targets. That could be a great one to use. While you are near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystals, you take reduced damage from targets. Another great one to use there. And that seems to be all of the stasis fragments that I could recommend. That would once again be Whisper of Fissures, as well as Whisper of Chains, and then Whisper of Bonds. Those would be the 3 that I would recommend if you want to pair this with a Stasis subclass. But yeah, that's all of the fragments that I'd recommend that you pair with the shotgun. This weapon is very, very fun, and I would recommend that you at least try and get a CP clear every week so that you can try and get this shotgun yourself. This does drop from the final boss upon completion, and you can complete some triumphs over in your raid section here for Root of Nightmares. And this will grant you, if you do it flawless, greatly increases chance, but other ones just increase the drop rate of the gun. It's very, very helpful there if your RNG sucks. That's it for today's video though. So if you haven't done so already, remember, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.